decided that I would rack my brain for all of the possible mistakes that I could come up with. And I came up with four different categories of mistakes. Today, I'm going to share with you my exercise slash fitness mistakes. So, if you are ready, let's go. Hey mamas, Alexandria here, 35-year-old toddler mom, therapist, and gym rat. I lost nearly 40 pounds postpartum and it changed my life. So now my goal is to help other mamas and other women to be the best version of themselves and to meet their goals. So yes, it is in fact possible to make fitness mistakes that could keep you from losing weight or meeting your goals. And today I want to talk about some of those with you. I came up with a decent handful and I wanted to make sure that I went over these with you. I know that I was guilty of several of these early on. And that's part of the reason why I went with a Whoop strap to start with. I'll link that video too in case you're curious. But these really helped me out. So the first one is too much cardio. Now, I think this one, hallelujah, is finally getting to a place where people are recognizing that all cardio all the time is not the answer. And I can speak to this one personally because I was laughing with my husband the other day because he and I both happen to just happen to have cardio, like high intense cardio days on the same day. And we were both starving. And we are also both currently in a deficit because we have like weight loss goals that we're trying to meet. And both of us were starving. And we were like, and this is the reason why you don't over prioritize cardio when you're trying to lose weight. Because we were starving, but then we were feeling hungry because we were trying to live in a calorie budget. And so anyway, it's just a hot mess, okay? It's just a hot mess express when you're overtraining, well, not overtraining, but when you're just doing cardio and then trying to live in a budget because your body is starving. When you do a lot of cardio, it causes you to feel more hungry is the long of the short. And so, yes, cardio is an important component and it's important to incorporate cardio into your workouts. But exclusively doing cardio and then trying to lose weight is not the answer because you're going to end up like me and like my husband where you're starving and you can only do that for so long and eventually you're going to be like, forget this, I'm going to go have that piece of pie. Or forget this, I'm going to go eat X, right? You at some point, there's just not enough willpower to stay like consistently hungry and starving all day, every day. They're just number two. This goes along with number one, but I guess they sort of all do in the umbrella of exercise and all that. So, which is not getting enough weight training and not doing enough of the lifting of the heavy things. I love lifting heavy things. I didn't realize how much I loved it, but now it's part of my peace and part of my sanity. But not lifting heavy weights, well, really not lifting heavy weights, but not lifting weights and including weight training in your regimen because the ability to lift weights means that you are changing your body composition and therefore improving your basal metabolic rate, the rate at which your body burns calories at rest. I can't talk today. I've been talking too much. So it helps to build muscle, and when you build muscle, you're improving your BMR, regardless of your age. You just are, which is really cool. It means you can eat more. You can eat more for less. Anyway, so the reason that's so important is because when you're lifting weights, and I want to be clear, like if you are somebody who's never lifted a weight in your life, it's okay to start with like bands or other kinds of resistance training. Like when I talk about resistance training, I do mean lifting weights, but it's okay to work yourself up to that. Or if you don't have weights or you can't afford weights, there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting with some resistance bands and working your way up to adding dumbbells into your routine. Because you can still burn and you can still build muscle when using like the long bands or even like the glute resistance bands and stuff. Like those are really viable resources, especially early on. Use what you have as long as you're doing some form of resistance training. That's really what matters. Content. I would love if you would come and join us non-judgy mom friends. I would love to come and be your non-judgy mom friend who comes along and helps you to meet your goals. So if you love this kind of content, if you're finding it helpful and useful, please make sure that you subscribe and say hello in the comments. I want to say hi to you. I want to talk to you. I want to be your friend. So please come and say hello. Tell me you're new. Tell me you're not new. Whatever you want to say. I would love to hear from you. Mistake number 3, not pushing yourself hard enough. And this one was a big one for me. I talked about this one a lot in my video, and I'll link that for you if I haven't already linked it. But for me, this one was a big one, and I think part of the reason that this was such a big one for me is because as a kid, I had athletic asthma, which I thought was made up, but I actually looked it up because of the Whoop video, and it is really a thing. And I don't know if I outgrew it or what the case may be, but I used to get like, I used to hyperventilate and like pass out and overheat. And probably part of it was like a hydration issue because I did a really crappy job of staying hydrated. We didn't hydrate, I wasn't as hydrated of a child as I feel like I hydrate my son now. I feel like I'm like following him around with a water bottle. Who else? Anybody? Anyway, so hydration is a really important component of making sure that you're like not burning yourself out when you're training. But I think sometimes we can get in our head that we're overtraining or that our body, we did a hard workout yesterday, so we should pull back today. And so I think for me, that was one of the most crucial pieces of having a Whoop strap is because it showed me, after it learned my body, what I was physically capable of. So then I couldn't sort of make excuses in my head because that's what it would be for me. Like, oh, well, I had a big workout yesterday, so I probably shouldn't work out again. Oh, I'm kind of sore today. The problem is that our body can handle a lot more than we think we can mentally. So it's really important for us to have a sense of like what our baseline is so that we don't always over push, but also that we don't underperform what we're capable of. Because when you think about like as like biologically as human beings, we were hunter gatherers, right? And so we back in caveman times, right, we were accustomed to high movement. And because of that, I think now that we're in like modern land and we do a lot of sitting and like non-movement, we feel like we're doing too much because we're doing more than the average, when in fact our bodies can handle a lot more than we're giving it. Does that make sense? The next one is, it's one thing, but I kind of mean it in two ways. So it's not training correctly. And I mean this in a sense of form, but I also mean this in the sense of like not knowing what you're doing. Because I've been there, I get it. And this used to be me. I would go into the gym and I would get intimidated because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And so I'd go in and I'd just like do some squats or like I do some sit-ups or like I would kind of just like look and see what other people around me were doing and I would just do that. And it didn't work because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how many reps I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know how much I should be lifting, like any of those things. I didn't have the knowledge. And so it's really important that you either have an understanding of like proper lifting form as well as like what to do or to be following a program. I recently just uploaded a video all about Caroline Gervan and her workout programs. I love her. She's fantastic. And I just follow her programs. I just do what she tells me to do. And that works for me. I know some, and I've learned, as I've gone through all this, I've learned some stuff. And I think because of what I've learned from watching her videos and like completing her videos, I can put together a workout now. But I couldn't before. And so it's important to either know how to do it or to learn or just follow a program. She's terrific. Sydney Cummings is a great one too. She'll talk to you, whereas if you want somebody who isn't really going to say a whole lot after the intro, Caroline's your girl. But if you like somebody who's talking to you and motivating you throughout the workout, then Sydney Cummings is a great choice. She has some terrific workouts as well. She's a former athlete and she's terrific too. Those are just two that I can think of, but that's not an exclusive list. There are plenty of people out there who can help you, even a personal trainer who could help you figure out like what you need to be lifting. So make sure that you know what the proper form is, but also that you're following a program that you know and can expect good results from. So if you're just kind of, that way you don't have to guess, because I think when we guess at the gym, we don't meet our goals because we don't know what we're doing, so we can't properly target the muscles. But then B, we get intimidated by seeing other people and then we leave and we quit because we feel stupid and intimidated. And I don't want that for you because it's not fun. So go in there with confidence, like bring your program or whatever you got on your phone to make sure that you're hitting the muscle groups you wanted to hit, and watch your form, watch yourself in a mirror and make sure you're not injuring yourself, because that's a quick way to like issues, right? You can't lose weight when you're sitting on the bench because you're hurt. Right. Okay. Lastly, and this one sort of ties back, is a lack of consistent routine and schedule. This is another reason why I suggest following some sort of program, because then you don't have to guess and pick and choose and make something up as you go. You have a consistent routine to follow that you can put on paper and say, okay, today is Monday. Today we're going to do this workout. Tomorrow is Tuesday. That means we're going to do this workout. Wednesday, this workout. Thursday, it's a rest day. Friday, this workout. Saturday, rest day. Sunday, this workout, or whatever your schedule is. My point is that the consistency is the piece of it that matters most. So like, for example, I'll use the Caroline Gervan workouts as an example because that's who I use and that's who I love. So I just happen to follow Caroline's schedule because it works for my schedule, not because I have to. So Caroline's programs are a 5-day program. I'm trying to like put words together. So there's 5 workouts per week of a 7-day week, an active rest day and a straight up rest day. Although there's no such thing as a straight up rest day when you have a toddler. Am I right? Anyway, 5 days a week workouts. So depending on the program, it looks different. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are workouts. Thursday is a rest day. Friday is a workout. And Sunday is a workout. Saturday is also a rest day. So for me, I just follow that schedule. But if you're working up to that schedule and maybe you don't work out 5 days a week, that is okay. If you're consistently working out 1 day a week or 2 days a week or 3 days a week or whatever your schedule is, it's better than like working out 5 days and then taking like 3 weeks off and then doing it again. Like if you think that you can be consistent 1 day a week, be consistent 1 day a week and do that for a month. 2 months, whatever, and then try to add a second day and then be consistent with 2 days and keep adding on. Because the more you like try to do something from a 180 from what you normally do, the less like you're going to be successful. If you're a person who's never lifted or never gone to the gym in your entire life and you're like, I'm going to get fit. Okay, great. Start with 1 day a week. 1 day of lifting, 1 day of cardio. So maybe that's 2 days or just 1 day of lifting or whatever. 1 day a week. And then move up from there, because I think we get ourselves in trouble when we like, especially that New Year's energy where we're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, right? And then we flopped because we're like, I'm going ham. And then we've overperformed and now we're like, but now I'm too tired to function, right? Don't be that person. It sucks. And then you have to start all over. So be consistent and do what you can do. Do what works for your schedule now, because there's never going to be an easy time to get fit, and you need to be able to I can't talk. You need to be able to complete these routines when you are busy. You can't just wait till like things are slow or things slow down, because that time doesn't exist. And you're going to need to be able to keep up with the schedule when you are busy. So the schedule has to work for you. Okay, I've talked entirely too much. That's going to do it, friends. Those are my exercise/fitness mistakes that could be messing with your weight loss. YouTube should be recommending something else that they think you will love, and I hope you love it too. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, friends.